bus layout. Let's say this is the front. Here's Dave, the driver, empty seat, and then a sliding door that goes in between him and the rest of the tour bus. My buddy Alfred and I are in the living room portion, and we're watching TV. We're watching the news. And on the news, there's this person who is running for some type of office. No particular office. And I guess their big plan is to erect a structure between two bodies of land. Somewhere. And I guess they want one side of the structure to finance the entire project. Well, my buddy Alfred and I, we have a lot of family that works in construction, and we know a bad job when we see one. So we started to voice our opinion out loud about how we felt about this person and what they wanted to do. We're being very loud. So loud, Dave can hear us. And then we hear Dave. America. I yell out to Dave. I said, "Be quiet, Dave. This isn't about you." He taps a button on the dashboard that activates the sliding door. And when the door's about that far from closing, he yells out, "I'm building a wall." I couldn't even get upset because I was too much in shock over the fact that that came out of someone 4 feet away from me. My buddy Alfred and I, we look like chickens. We're like... My cell phone goes off. I take out my phone, and there's a text message from Dave. And I said, "That's right, he better say I'm sorry. He better say just kidding." I open up the text message, and it says, "And you're paying for it." And people tell me, "You still work with him after that?" Yes, I do. I trust that man with my life every single night. I know where his heart's at. He can say whatever he wants. At the end of the day, he still has to drive around the king of the Mexicans. The point to this story is, just because you have a difference in opinion, it doesn't mean that you can't have respect for one another, that you can't have love for one another, that you can't have incredible friendships with one another. It's our differences that make us special. What a lot of us need to work on is our delivery. It's all in the way you say things. That's why text messages are always misinterpreted, because you read the text according to how you feel. What does he mean, hello? Yeah. Anyway, Dave has gotten us to 48 of the 50 states. He doesn't travel with us outside of America. He prefers it that way. Last year, we got a chance to do a European tour of 15 countries. Estonia, Germany, Norway, Belgium, the Netherlands, UK. We're just bouncing around all over the place. And then we wound up on the other side of the world. Out of all the countries I performed in, my favorite country outside of home is Australia. And I'll tell you why. Australia, much like us in America, has its list of priorities. You know what's not on their list? Political correctness. They do not care about your feelings. It's like a country full of Daves. Believe it or not, it's very refreshing to be around such a large group of people who speak their minds so freely. And if you know that before you go there, you're gonna have an amazing time. But if you don't know that and you show up, it is a culture shock and a half, because I showed up and I didn't know. Everybody says you gotta see the beaches, and I went to the beach. I had people coming up to me. "Hey, somebody help me get him back in the water." Yeah, look right there, big fella. Look at you right there. Oh, look, he's moving. He's moving. He's moving. Oh, he's crying. He's crying.
I bet it tastes like gravy.
It's not bullying if everyone does it. Yeah, that being said, I'm in Australia, Sydney, Australia, at the Opera House. For me, it was one of the most iconic places I've ever got to perform in. It was bucket list, definitely. After the show, I wanted to go hang out with some Aussies and see what that was like. I'm hanging out at a pub. First things first, Australian people do not drink Foster's beer. That's an American thing. They don't drink that over there. I tried ordering one to fit in, didn't go over well. Bartender looked at me. Hey, you like the taste of piss, do ya? Okay, don't order that again. So I'm hanging out with these two Aussies and we're drinking a rum called Bundaberg. At first glance, it looks like a Coca-Cola bottle because there's a polar bear on the front. And then you drink it and you're like, that's not Coke. As we're talking, a third Australian joined the conversation. And he sounded a little bit different from the other two. He had more of a raspy voice. More like, all right, yeah, mate, yeah, all right. He sounded like a drunk pirate underwater. These two guys didn't like him, so they called him a name and they left. And now it's just me and drunk pirate. We're talking about life. Life in America, life in Australia, talking about our differences. He tells me that he's a professional knife maker. He's showing me how it's done. He's showing me pictures. We wind up polishing off 3 bottles of this rum. And drunk wasn't even the right word to describe our level. My tour manager, Ryan, he comes up to me and he says, Gabe, time to go. And I look at Ryan and I'm like, but Ryan, I just made a friend and he makes knives. And they're pretty. My tour manager always knows how to talk to me no matter what condition I'm in. If I'm drunk, he knows better than to talk to me like I'm an adult. He talks to me like I'm 2. He looks at me and he says, hey, buddy. You hungry? Well, listen, if we don't leave right now, they're gonna close McDonald's and you're gonna have to eat at the airport.
Think you know. And also to my friends over at La Carreta for all the food. So, yes. Yeah, man. Before we get started, you guys, I would like to thank the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino for the opportunity to record a special. No other entertainer has done a special here yet. Tonight is the first one. It wasn't the Rolling Stones, it wasn't the Eagles. They trusted a comedian to make this happen, so I want to say thank you. Is anybody else staying here at the Hard Rock? Hey, me too. This is a beautiful hotel, and I'm not just saying that because my room is free. You know you're in a nice hotel and casino when you turn on your TV in your room and they have their own video. Like if you're staying here, you turn on the TV, you get this. Welcome to the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. 24-hour gambling 7 days a week, 365 days a year. I'm sitting there like, why can't I stop watching this? And I started thinking at this point, why don't they just do that to the slot machines? You know what I mean? Gambling's already shameless, might as well go all the way. You walk up to one of the little machines, pop in a 20. Don't stop. I'm not gonna stop. People are walking by. What are you doing? Trying to get the jackpot. Yeah, man. I'm gonna start the show off tonight with a question. That's not normally how comedy shows happen, but I'm gonna start it off with the question. The question is, who here tonight has never heard of me up until tonight? 5. 2, 5. Okay, to those of you, the 5 of you, I say sorry. I know you got excited, you saw the ticket, you saw the last name, and then I walked out and you're like, Enrique got bigger. The only reason why I ask who has never seen or heard of me before is because if you have, then you know the type of show that I do. And you know the type of show that I don't do. Like, I'm not here to tell you who to vote for, who not to vote for, what shot to take, or what baby to get rid of. That's not for me to say. And if you're already offended, you just missed the whole point of that. I'm telling you what I'm not gonna do. I promise you, I am here to entertain, not offend. Okay? We're gonna have fun with everybody, starting with me, but I'm just gonna let you know, we are living in a very different time. I've been doing this so long, I always figured as long as I'm being nice, I shouldn't have any issues. But it's a very different time. This is year 27 for me. 27 years of being a comedian. And in those 27 years, I never had to worry. You know, when I first got started, 1997. I was clean shaven. Yeah, I had hair. I know, look at some of you. What happened? Huh? Vaccine, I know. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Sorry, Florida. I'm kidding. I said vaccine. Some of you were like, I told you. Yeah, no.
Te dije, el gordo dijo, yeah.
I know, by the way, I have some friends that tell me, dude, man, you're making money now. Why don't you get the hair thingy? I said, for what? Well, you know, some women, they want a guy with hair. Well, good for them. And they're not lying. I have gone out with some women that made it a point to tell me that hair was important. One told me flat out, I need to be able to run my fingers through your hair. Yeah? And I told her, hey, look, if you go deep enough. You're gonna get your wish. You were not specific on location. Hey, you want hair, you want pelos? I got you. But yeah, 27 years of being a comedian. And in those 27 years, I have seen a lot of comedians come and go. And I feel very grateful that in all that time, we've still managed to maintain a certain level. So I feel like we're doing something right, which feels weird to me because now I feel like you gotta be very mindful. Okay, you gotta be extra mindful. Like, 27 years of being a comedian, I finally started hearing people tell me things that I've never heard before. I started hearing people tell me things like, hey, Fluffy, I grew up watching you. Which is an incredible compliment. Because that doesn't just say that you're a fan. That says that you're invested. That says that you've been following this career for a very long time. Some of you, the first time you saw me perform, you were kids. And now some of you are here tonight with your kids. And so I just want to say thank you for all those years of trust and continuing to come back to see the show. It means a lot. Hearing someone say they grew up watching me, that is one of the most beautiful compliments any entertainer can receive. And I understand that now with therapy, that's what that means. Look, I'm not gonna lie, the first time I heard someone tell me that they grew up watching me, I didn't know how to handle it. I didn't know